Luanda Magere, sometimes spelled Luanda Magere, is a legendary warrior of the Luo people of Kenya. His name means fierce rock or the rock that builds, reflecting his incredible strength and invincibility in battle. Chapter 1: The Birth of a Legend. Long ago, in the lands along the shores of Lake Victoria, among the Luo people of Kenya, a boy was born under a sky filled with lightning and thunder. He was named Luanda Magere, meaning the rock or the stone. From the moment of his birth, it was clear he was no ordinary child. Birth and early life: Luanda Magere was born around 1720. His mother died during his birth, and he was raised by his grandmother. His father was killed in a war with the Nondi, traditional enemies of the Luo, when Luanda was young. He belonged to the Sido clan in Kano, near Lake Victoria. He was often young, but his body grew strong and his heart stronger. Villagers began to whisper that the gods had blessed him with supernatural power. Arrows could not pierce his skin. Spears could not harm him. No one knew his secret, but everyone feared and respected him. Chapter 2: The Invincible Warrior. Luanda Magere became a mighty warrior of the Luo tribe. At a time when the Luo were at war with the Nondi, he led them to countless victories. With each battle, his legend grew. The Nondi feared him as if he were a god. But there was a mystery: though he fought bravely and killed many enemies, he was never wounded. Warriors began to wonder, was he human at all? Spears, arrows, and clubs simply bounced off his body, making him indestructible in warfare. He was renowned for his ability to single-handedly defeat entire armies. The Nondi greatly feared him, often retreating when they learned he was on the battlefield. He would even pursue them to their homes and take their cattle without resistance. It was said that his flesh was not flesh, but stone. Arrows shattered on him and swords bent. His enemies would run at the sight of his shadow. Chapter 3: The Nondi's Clever Plan. The Nondi, desperate to defeat the Luo, devised a cunning plan. They proposed peace between the two tribes and offered Luanda Magere a Nondi maiden for a wife. This was the only way Nondi people could defeat their enemy, by bringing him closer to them as their in-law. The Luo elders were suspicious, but Luanda, proud and confident, full of himself, accepted the girl. He brought her home as his second wife. She was beautiful, quiet, and obedient, but she was also a spy, cunning spy she was. She was told by her people to find out the secret of Luanda Magere's strength. Chapter 4: The Fatal Secret. His first wife was not present, so he called upon his Nondi wife to administer medicine. He instructed her to cut his shadow with a knife and apply the medicine there. To her astonishment, his shadow bled. This revealed his vulnerability: his shadow was made of flesh and could be harmed. He told her his greatest secret, not knowing that revealing his secret would be the end of his dominion and power, and this would lead to his death. Like Samson and Delilah. My body may be strong, but my strength lies not in my flesh. It lies in my shadow. If ever my shadow is harmed, I will fall. The wife listened, pretending to care. She nursed him back to health, but she never forgot his words. Days later, under the cover of darkness, she fled back to her people and revealed everything. Chapter 5: The Death of a Giant's Betrayal and Downfall. The Nondi launched a surprise attack, and Luanda Magere led his warriors to the battlefield. Confident as always, he stood tall, his enemies trembling, until one of the Nondi warriors aimed not at his body, but at the ground beside him. The spear struck his shadow. In that moment, Luanda staggered. A cry of pain filled the air. For the first time in his life, blood poured from his chest. He fell, slowly, like a great tree, and died. The Luo people were shaken. Their invincible warrior was no more. Chapter 6: The Stone That Still Stands. Where Luanda Magere fell, his body turned into stone. The fall of a legend, warrior, the power. Luanda Magere's death was followed by strong winds and a 2-year drought. He later appeared to Luo elders in a dream, revealing the location of his body. The site where he died, marked by the stone that was once his body, is now a revered place in Sido, near Awasi. People from far and wide visit the stone to perform rituals and prayers. The story of Luanda Magia continues to be celebrated among the Luo through song and dance, and it has inspired animated shorts and other cultural works. To this day, the people of Luo, Kenya, point to a rock shaped like a mound, his final resting place. It is said his spirit still watches over the land, and his name is spoken with awe and pride. He remains a symbol of strength, courage, and the danger of trusting your enemy too closely. What brought Luanda down then can bring Luos down now, the story might repeat itself. The story of Luanda Magia, particularly the aspect of his betrayal, offers several profound lessons. The danger of misplaced trust. Luanda Magia, despite warnings from his own people, accepted a Nondi woman as his wife, believing it to be a gesture of peace. This act of trust, unfortunately, proved to be his undoing. The story highlights the critical importance of discerning true intentions and being cautious about who one trusts, especially in situations involving historical adversaries. It teaches that appearances can be deceiving, and what seems like an olive branch can sometimes be a carefully crafted trap. Vulnerability of even the strongest. Luanda Magia was virtually invincible in battle, his body like stone. Yet, he had a single, hidden vulnerability, his shadow. The story emphasizes that even the most powerful individuals or entities can have weaknesses, and that these vulnerabilities, if exposed, can lead to their downfall. It reminds us that humility and recognizing one's limitations are crucial, regardless of perceived strength. The power of strategic information. The Nondi's cunning plan wasn't to defeat Luanda Magia through brute force, but to uncover his secret weakness. Once they had this strategic information, they were able to exploit it and achieve what had previously been impossible. This teaches the importance of guarding sensitive information and recognizing that knowledge can be a powerful weapon, even more so than physical strength. Consequences of betrayal. The narrative vividly illustrates the devastating impact of betrayal, not just on the individual, Luanda Magia, but on the entire community. The Luo suffered greatly after his death. It underscores the destructive nature of deceit and how it can erode trust and lead to tragic outcomes. The importance of community counsel. The Luo elders reportedly warned Luanda Magia against marrying the Nondi woman. His failure to heed their collective wisdom ultimately led to his demise. This highlights the value of listening to and respecting the counsel of experienced and wise members of a community, as they often possess insights gained from past experiences that can prevent future calamities. In essence, Luanda Magia's story of betrayal serves as a timeless cautionary tale about the perils of blind trust, the importance of safeguarding vulnerabilities, the strategic value of information, and the devastating consequences of treachery.